Hi everyone, I'm Ariana Neo and welcome to my Inspirational Female series. This week you're going to hear from some inspiring women that took the brave decision to leave their jobs and go it alone. These women are entrepreneurs and absolutely fabulous women, and as I'm an advocate for female empowerment and women in business, I thought I will speak to them to give you the opportunity to see how they did it. So my first interview for Inspirational Female series is with Annelies James, branding expert and entrepreneur. Hello.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm really good, thank you. Thank you for being a part of this.
I'm really excited.
Because you are an inspirational female.
Thanks.
So let's start at the beginning. What were you doing when you decided you need to just go it alone and set up your own business?
So self-employment, I knew that I was bigger than organisations. I started getting this feeling like, you know Alice in Wonderland?
I do.
When she's in the house and she eats the mushroom or she drinks the potion, she gets big and all her arms are flying out the doors. I felt like that.
Okay.
Like every organisation I worked for, I just felt bigger than it. I was sitting in meetings and thinking, what's the point of this? I felt bigger. So I just knew that I had to break free.
Yeah. And
it was kind of the worst timing because I had no plan, no money, and it was the best paid job I'd ever had. And I literally just thought, now's the time.
That's crazy. I absolutely love your analogy though.
Yeah, well, I think you sort of get the taste for it and you think, actually, I think I could be self-employed. And actually, all of my family are self-employed.
Oh, really?
I come from, everyone's an entrepreneur in one way or another. And
it's in the blood.
Yeah, I think it probably was.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it was kind of weird.
Perfect. So, when we've got to talk about inspiration. So, did you have someone that's inspired you? Obviously, you just said your family were in it. Did someone inspire you to push you to do it?
I think I'm very lucky because I don't know if it's luck, I suppose, because is luck really a thing? But, I surround myself with people who champion me and cheerlead for me and authentically do that. And I've always found I've surrounded myself particularly with older women who teach me a lot of stuff. So I feel like I just had the right combination of people that even if I screwed it up, would still support me and be like, it's okay, just get a job.
Yeah, well, that's what you need, yeah. That's good.
I feel like it wasn't necessarily like I want to be like that person.
Yeah.
It was more like, go on then, we'll support you.
So definitely have a good network around you.
Absolutely.
So what would you say that drives you? That could be professionally or emotionally.
I think a passion for people and understanding them. I'm really driven by love and organicness and human to human interaction and stuff. Because I think that we all have this sort of weird human experience that we're on. And we need to relate to each other and we need to do business, but actually if we can be good humans along the way, that's why I do personal branding, because it's about that human stuff. It's about figuring out why people tick and the psychology behind why they are the way they are, and I find it fascinating.
Well, I was going to ask you, what do you love about running your business? So you've touched on it a little bit there, but is there anything else?
Actually during lockdown, but actually even before that, it's probably that there's freedom. You can do what you want.
Yeah.
You don't have to play in the ballpark with people you don't necessarily like. You can just do what you want, when you want, and it's just a really liberating feeling. It's obviously terrifying.
Yeah.
I might not make money this month, but
yes,
the pros outweigh the cons for sure.
So were you scared to take that plunge, to just completely get rid of your full-time job and go and set up your own company? And can you take us through your feelings on that very day?
Well, the reason I handed my notice in is because I went to yoga and we were doing this third eye thing, and she was like, use your third eye, blah, blah, blah. And all I was doing was playing my resignation in my head over and over and over. And then it was literally the next day I was like, that's a sign, I'm going to do it. Handing my resignation in was the most awesome thing ever. I was like, I know I shouldn't be here, this isn't the place for me, and I'm ready. And then I was terrified.
Okay. I can imagine.
The countdown to nothing.
Yes.
Was absolutely terrifying.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
But very slowly, not slowly actually, just people kept dripping in like, oh, do you think when you finish in a couple of days, you could actually help with this? And oh, could you do this? And actually very organically it happened. But I didn't put too much pressure on it. I didn't want to plan it too much. I didn't want to overthink it too much. I just sort of let it be.
Yeah.
And because of that, and because I'd actually built a bit of a personal brand myself online, which I inadvertently had done, people came to me for all sorts of stuff.
Yeah. So how did you even begin to start? What was your first move?
I think I've been quite lucky because I'd just been put through an apprenticeship with my organisation, and it was in leadership management. So I kind of had a lot of business tools and things that I thought, okay, cool. And I've got a marketing focus anyway, and I've been working in business development.
Yeah.
So actually I had a lot of the natural tools that you might need to put it together. I'm quite creative and quite visual. So, you know, my husband's a web dev, thank you very much, which is super useful. So website, social media accounts, just getting consistent really, and then using some of the tools. So I had a bit of a loose plan, but I didn't have like an ironclad plan because I wanted to see what happened really.
Yeah. So since starting up your business, what kind of projects have you been involved in?
Oh God, I feel really blessed because I've had like some crazy projects. Like, you know, we get paid to vlog and like travel and film, and that was super cool.
Yeah.
And we've worked for big clients. Well, I say I've worked for big clients like Brymore, Southampton Airport, Business South, loads of lovely big companies that, you know, just want creative vision.
Yeah.
And that's amazing that they're open to that.
Yeah.
But one of the things I'm really excited about is I've just myself and Lee Peck have earned the licence for TEDx Southampton. And that for me, like writing the application like human to human, I was like all day long, that's my vibe, and I'm so excited. I've been overwhelmed with the speakers and everyone who's come in to support it, and it just like real feel good factor.
Yeah.
And I think it'll be amazing for the city too. So that's a really fun project to work on. But you know, we're always developing new things like professional branding and stuff. So I'm going to be doing stuff around professionals in the workplace and helping them to understand branding and how they can be their best self as well. So I think I like to diversify, but not go too far away so that people get confused. I think that's really key actually. So I say that I help people define themselves, get noticed and build connection, and in business and in life by using personal branding techniques. But it can apply to work as well. Like in my jobs, I worked my way through organisations because I always stood up, I always had a voice, I always was value driven. They always knew what to expect with me, from the way I dressed to the way that I spoke. And it's the same for self-employment. But obviously when you've got your own business, you can shape it with the colours that you use and the logos and the font and the messaging and all that stuff. So it's just about understanding who you are and how you communicate that effectively to people.
So how would you say you overcome challenges?
I feel like almost every day is a challenge when you're self-employed.
Okay.
But actually the main thing is yourself, because you haven't got a team. You haven't got someone telling you what to do. And that boundlessness is amazing. But it's also like, well, okay, well, who do I ask? What do I do? And should I be doing this now? And can someone tell me what to do?
Yeah.
And so
it's yourself though, isn't it? So.
Yeah. So for me, it's about trying to harness my mind. I do meditation. I do a bit of yoga, not as much as I should. And I try and stay calm because, you know, it will all happen as it's supposed to happen.
Yeah. So for other women that are thinking they've got a great idea, they really want to go out on their own, or they want to set up their own company, what advice would you give them?
I think, you know, build your support. And sometimes that support isn't your family and friends. And one of the saddest things I find when I do workshops with people is that the majority of self-employed people say, my friends and family don't support this. They don't champion me. And it costs them nothing to like my social media posts.
Yeah.
So build people around you who are also risk takers. You know, you've got to essentially change your environment because your environment will be your success.
Yeah.
So get those good people. And once you've got them in place and you feel supported enough, then you should be able to be like, okay, people have got my back, I can do it.
Yeah.
I think first and foremost, you know, look after yourself, look after your mind. For motivation, that's really key to kind of know who you are and what you're doing and why. I think, you know, have some sort of structure in place because you won't have people telling you what to do and you won't, you know, the wheels will come off and you'll be like, oh my God, what do I do? So have some sort of backup plan in terms of planning, like business tools and stuff. There's loads on the internet, but I also give some away and stuff to people. I think my third one as well is kind of having those really honest people that you can have those conversations with and who actually don't tell you that everything is great. I think we live in a society where it's like, oh my God, it's amazing. Oh yeah, but actually sometimes you need to be told like, that's crap, you're not going to make any money. And then you're like, okay, God, and you refine it and you make it better. Yeah. So I suppose those are my three.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much for being part of the series. It's been great, really inspiring, and I hope some of these guys can take away something from what you've spoken about. So if anyone wants to hear any more from the Inspirational Female series, tune in tomorrow because I'll be speaking to Hannah Soulsby, interior designer. Thank you for watching this episode of the Inspirational Female series. I really hope you're inspired and you could take away something from all of these fantastic women's top tips. Thank you to all the women involved, and thank you especially for watching.